that walked amongst the ancient trees, calling the lapsole and weeping in the evening dew, that might control the starry pole and fallen light renew. O earth, return, arise out of the dewy grass. Night is worn, and the morn rises from the slumberous mass. Turn away no more, while wilt thou turn away? The starry floor, the watery shore, is given thee to the break of day. Good to be with you. It is I, your bard, your spiritual entertainer, watching the sun make its descent there. You see it in the background there. It's beginning to make the descent. The wonderful sun here just looks like it's a little bit behind a cloud there. It's making its descent. It's coming down. I don't know if I'll be able. As my wife said, I want you to get home early, so I won't be able to see the whole show as usually. We watch the whole thing go down. I don't think we're going to make it all the way tonight, but you could see its beauty already shining forth there in my tree Stonehenge here, where the light comes through the center. The Reverend Huey, good to see you from the armpit of New Jersey, the United States. Blessings, brother. Hope you are having a good day. Looks beautiful out there. Yeah, it's beautiful and cold. It's cold today. It's like 65 degrees out here. It's freezing to me. And our good friend, lover of all coziness and pans, cozyologist, the Vixus. Good to see you. Good afternoon to you as well. And my grander buddy, Steve, who I will be meeting behind 7-Eleven later. Good to see you, Steve. Good to have you here, our friend. And our Canadian friend, Yo Mako. Yo Maple. Yo Mako. Where did that come from? Yeah, you can see there's a nice northern wind that's coming in, and it's quite the chill right now. It's about 65 when that wind comes. It gets down to 55. I mean, it's like ice cold. Imagine opening up your freezer, and it just comes through and hits you in the face. That's what I'm dealing with here, as I'm watching and waiting in my beautiful, beautiful grove. I have prepared a little video that I'll be releasing when I get home. I'll edit it, and it's going to be about the art of tree hugging, my interpretation of it, talking about the failures of modern environmentalism in its lack of substance that it doesn't offer people. It offers people the idea of being a good citizen of the earth. And the opposite is the guilt trip, right? There's no real substance. You really don't hug the trees properly. So I'm going to talk about that, going beyond the political ideology and really embracing the tree as a way to connect, a way to experience the natural. So that'll be later on tonight. And let's see here. Yo Maple and West 0704. It is below zero up where you are in Canada. I would imagine so. That's Icewind Dale up there, right? And our good friend Jeanette. Always nice to see you. Better drinking holiday at St. Pat's and or Cinco de Mayo. Oh yes, it is it is the Patrick's Day, right? It is a day for many people celebrating their Irish heritage. Yeah, I have a lot of people in the United States have always a pinch of the Irish in them. You know, a lot of my ancestors were from all over, those lands, and a lot of people are celebrating it by going out and getting drunk. A lot of the bars they don't really care about anything. They just want to go out to get drunk. You could do that any day. It's a wonderful way to celebrate, your heritage. People are making corned beef and uh, cabbage and all of that stuff, for different festivities, wearing green. Um, People like to celebrate, right, their Irish heritage, and that's a good thing. We talked earlier today about the positive and also the negative, the propaganda tool of the Roman Church, Saint Patrick, right, driving out the snakes. All you pagans, he drove you out, right? There's that negative part of it. There's always the negative and the positive, right? But most people are just having a good time. They're eating their traditional Irish meal and doing their Irish jigs and all of that stuff to celebrate today. Is that our Reiki master is here? Good to see you, Natalie. Tap the tree twice for luck. There it is. Good to have you here. And Hiroshi, you are selling a lot of beer to Mexicans today. They always look for a reason to buy beer. Over there in your gas station, right? A lot of people are coming in and buying the beverages. And one of the strange things they have is the green dyed beer or green eggs and ham and all of that stuff, right? Everyone's dyeing everything green. People are wearing green hair. There's parades, lots of parades are happening today and where a lot of Irish people live. It's a big celebration around, the especially in the United States. I don't know if they celebrate it anywhere else, really. Um, Even in the cold, we have new babies on the farm. Look at that. Lots of baby chicks and a duck and five, what is that, finches. Um, Spring has, despite the cold, the breeding must go on. We must do our procreation. The animals, you must breed, even though it is cold outside. It'll warm you up too if you do it right. Um, let's see here. The Baldwins and family. Good to see you, our good friend. Some of these, my glasses aren't. I have a weaker pair. Yeah, this is the bonus stream. I said I would do a sundown stream with you. Well, I don't know if we'll make it to the sundown today, but we'll certainly will be here. As my wife said, I want you home at 7. So about an hour, we have to start walking out so I can get home in time. Yeah, people drink green Kool-Aid. I mean, there's all different ways to do the green, right? So my green is my grove. That's how I'm celebrating my Irish heritage that I have. And I got ancestors from all over those places. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, my mother was telling me that um, my on my going in my maternal line that we had a castle over in Ireland somewhere. That one of my persons in my family was doing all of our ancestry research, and we had a castle over there, but it was given away uh, to time and the land, and it got abandoned, and state took over or something. So at one time we had some on my mother's side we had a castle, which I thought was pretty cool. It'd be fun to be able to go find the actual place where it was on my mother's side. Uh, let's see here, the Grove Stream. That's right, Goblin. Yeah, good to have you here. And ELP, good to have you here. I know, right? Yeah, the end is nigh, and only Jesus saves the world is passing away for all eternity. Oh, that's a shame that you think that way. That's why you are out polluting our rivers and skies and land, because the world's passing away. Let's just screw the world, right? Let's just rape and pillage while we are here. What a terrible belief system you have. That leads to all kinds of environmental disasters. You're destroying the world for the next generation with your terrible, terrible belief system. The world is not passing away. This world is all we have, and we have a responsibility to make it at its best presentation. Look at all that light coming in through the tree there. It's making me blind almost. You got this nice green rim right here. Look at that. Nice. It's the sun is smiling at you right there. Nice little green. That's for St. Patrick's Day right there. The green smile from the sun right there for your entertainment privilege. Like, let me throw a little green in there today, said the sun. And there you have it. Looks like a leprechaun hat too. Let me see if I can get underneath of it. I will be a leprechaun. Oh, I am a leprechaun. Doesn't fit very well. Uh, I can't go too low. I feel like I was like taking a dump or something. I was all cramped up there. But that's a leprechaun hat right there. You see it? The little people are here. The little people. A leprechaun head. I don't know. Does it look like a head on your angle? You could see it right here. Little green hat, just for you, from the entertainment of the sun, for you. How have I been today? Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Tell it to the chickens. Yeah. When we all use the same currency, the end will be here. Oh yeah. Yeah. Happy St. Patrick's Day to people who celebrate. A castle would be quite the inheritance. Yeah, it would be. Yeah, it's long gone. Yeah, yeah, is that we were told, long gone, long taken over by the state or whatever powers that be, abandoned. But that would be fun to be able to go over there. I haven't planned to go to Ireland yet. Just the all over. I wanted to go to the Isle of Anglesey in Wales, and I wanted to go to Stonehenge and all the the sacred places and work my way up to Scotland. In about 5 years, we haven't saved a dime for it. We keep talking about it, but we haven't saved a dime for it yet. Nice trees. You enjoy them. Thank you. What species? Most of these trees that you see here are what are called laurel oak. They are the oak trees of the swamps of Florida. Most of them that are around here. I don't know the rest. Let's see here. Taking a dump while at the Grove sounds magical. Yeah, I've never had to do that yet. I make sure I go before I get out here. I would hate to be eaten by a bear with my pants down, or some other type of creature. Have a boar charge me and put its tusks up my behind. I'm not prepared for that. I'm prepared for the aliens and their probes, but not a boar. One might try to mount me or something. That's always possible, right? There's these animals. They're animals. You're like, oh, look at that. It's fun time. There's a behind right there, and like a deer might come up and try to mount me or something. You don't know these animals. They're wild, right? You're on their turf, and you got your pants down. You can only expect, pleasure on the way, right? Let's see. Sleep on the floor. You want me to sleep on the floor? Why would you want me to do that? You lived in Belfast, Northern Ireland, not UK, Ireland, for a year. It was nice while it lasted. Yeah, you've been all over the place, haven't you? Yeah. Okay, no worries. Yeah, no problem here. Why do I hear Liam Neeson? He's a wonderful actor, right? Liam Neeson. I think I've seen just about every one of his movies. Yeah, he always does those action movies, but he will always be Qui-Gon Jinn to me, Liam Neeson. Every time there's Qui-Gon. Yeah, just like the other guy, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Every time I see that guy in a movie, I'm like, there he is. It's Obi-Wan, right? I don't see them as their other realities. They're always Star Wars characters in just doing other films for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a big Star Wars fan, probably, right? Let's see here. Bod, it's illegal in the U.S. to get your cheeks clipped by the fauna. Is it illegal? Well, it is illegal if you're doing it on purpose. I would imagine if you went up and started mounting animals. There are laws against bestiality, right? One of the funny I shared the other day, we're watching a new series on the Peacock channel called Hysteria, and it's about the 1980s, and it's about Satanism. It's a comedy, and it's a horror movie at the same time. It's more, I think, kind of like in between comedy and horror. I mean, it's like a nostalgia. If you really like nostalgia, it's all there. If you were in the 80s, for me, it's perfect because it's 80s Detroit, Michigan, where I grew up, and they get it right. I mean, even the T-shirt the guy had on in the show, I'm like, I had that T-shirt. Well, anyway, the Christians are in it, and they were talking about how they were saying that He-Man is an introduction into no, Thundercats. Thundercats was an introduction into bestiality. It's That's how the Christian people thought, right? Every time a cartoon, it has some type of evil purpose. Um, that Thundercats was about bestiality, and well, I guess you could come to the, Chitara looks good, and so does Lionel to some people, I guess, or Panthera. That big bald head of his, Panthera, that gets people all riled up where they start humping their TV screens, because they think they're some type of wild beast or something. But that was funny. It's called hysteria. Um, I think we're on like episode 3 or 4. I can't remember where we're at. There's like eight of them together, and it's funny. Yeah, it's about this rock band that decides to become Satanists in order to make money. And it's pretty funny. Um, let's see here. Where am I at here? I can't see. Where am I at here? Let's see here. Going for the Guinness World Record. Always. You're on your fourth Guinness. I like the newer version of the Guinness, the European Guinness. Uh, they're more stronger. Better. That's last time I had one of those was on Lunasa, August 1st. That's when I had my last time I had a Guinness. Not doing any drinking tonight. I, yeah, the satanic panic, the gay panic of the 80s. We learned about it. That yeah, I mean it was like they were making documentaries, TV programs. I mean, it was really crazy how much power Christians had during the 80s. I mean, they don't have that much power today, but they could shut your business down, no problem at all. I mean, it was really, really like, remember when Madonna made that Like a Prayer video? The Catholic Church went out, got all crazy and protesting in the streets, and they took the video off MTV. You had to go buy it at like Kmart. That's the store I miss. Remember Kmart? Kmart was you bought all your cool clothes from there, right? You were a cool kid if you went to Kmart and bought your clothes there. And there's no more Kmarts in the world. We had a Kmart here where I lived, and up until like 2000 and I'd say 2010, 2010. It lasted that long. Sears had bought Kmart Corporation. Then Sears went out of business. There's no more. There's no more Sears, is there? They're all gone. Remember the Sears catalog? You could buy your. My grandmother would get the Sears catalog every like once a year. This huge booklet, and you can buy all kinds of shit in there. You used to be able to buy a house. You could put together your own house. You would order it from Sears, and they would send you all the parts, and you could just put it together. I don't know if they have shit like that out there anymore. You can order your own house in the mail and then just have it delivered to you and put together. I mean, that's the Sears catalog. It had everything in there, all kinds of stuff. Um, but they don't have stuff like that anymore, right? Everything's on the internet. In between comedy and horror, that sounds like your ex-wife. Oh man, oh that's hilarious. Um, yeah, never let someone else ruin your day. Uh, Take control. Run your own day. Yeah, that's a good philosophy, right? Run it your own way. Don't let others control you. Butt heads did get taken, and ritual shit. Yeah, there was the show takes place in Michigan. Hysteria, as it's called, and there was a lot of satanic ritual sacrifice going on during the 80s up there. There was some killings that took place up there, and it's playing off of that history that was up there in Michigan. I had been exposed to that stuff. I had friends that were ritualistically involved with stuff like that. I remember I had a good friend of mine trying to come out of it because she had a boyfriend that was into that. They broke into, there was this, there's some rural areas out. When I lived downtown Detroit and I lived in the suburbs, and then you go a little 10 miles out and it gets a little bit more rural. Uh, I lived in this place called, what was it, K-Pack. It was like on the borderline of all the suburbs, and there was farms and stuff out there. My neighbor had chickens, and the Satanist broke into her chicken shack and stole all of her chickens, and went down the street to the cemetery and cut all their heads off. Weird shit like that, right? There was a lot of weird Satanism and stuff back in the 80s that was going on. Um, let's see. You never had a Guinness yourself? Not a big drinker? Yeah. It's just mostly, I think of a Guinness as filled with all kinds of minerals. And I mean, it's got all kinds of herbs and spices in it. Let's see. Let's see. Dropping in for a minute. You're taking your kids to the park. Nice to see you. Trinity Ivy Moon, our good friend, here in the Grove Stream today. Got the beautiful sun coming in between the trees behind me here as you watch it cascade down within the hour here. 2 hours to sunset right now, I believe. We're not going to make it, unfortunately. We got another, let's see, about 45 minutes or so that I'll be able to be out here today. But it's really windy. You get these wind gusts, and it's cold wind. All that wind from Icewind Dale up there in Canada coming down here to us, the northern wind, bringing the chill in for the spiritual entertainment this afternoon here. You hope everyone is reading everything in an Irish accent. It's tradition. That's a bad Irish accent. I'm terrible at accents, but I always get accused of my accent being Irish, which it is not. I look different, Black Look. It is the light of the sun here coming down upon me. That's what you see here. Let me move it over here so you get a little bit more. There it is. You see it in between the trees here. My own personal like Stonehenge with trees, watching the sun go down. Such a beautiful experience. You can see all the rays coming through the trees there. It's just sitting there looking upon it, letting it touch your heart. This beauty is there for us, and we have all different ways to manifest it. Think of these wonderful monuments of our ancestors that are able to manipulate this, to be able to connect to it in their own way by creating like Stonehenge or the pyramids and stuff like that. There's it's a way to reveal the beauty, and only we can do that. We have such beautiful gifts given on to us amongst every other living thing that we're connected to. We have such power to make these connections that you see here. Uh, you are sad you never got to witness Circuit City. Oh man, I forgot all about that place. All the TVs on the walls and radios, electronics. Well, Best Buy is kind of like Circuit City, a little bit like it. From what there's Best Buys are still around, but yeah, Circuit City, all the gadgets, all the sales. That was a long time ago. I don't remember the last time I went to a Circuit City. So it was one thing I was oddly excited about visiting when you moved to the U.S. A good thing I didn't get to experience the Micro Center. I don't know. I don't remember the Micro Center. That's slipped my mind. But there's been a lot of places have come and gone, right? Like the Blockbuster Video. The last one is over there in Seattle, I believe. That's more of a nostalgia now. A lot of people collect the VHS tapes. I mean, the shelf life of VHS tapes aren't more than 20 years. So what you're getting is poor quality of content, but it's fun to watch it, right? Because it looks different. These old, wore out VHS films, it gives you like a feeling like you're back in time when you watch them. So, same thing with some older records. Yeah, my daughter's she's got a record player. She's into all of the nostalgia of having records. And when I was younger, what we went to cassette tapes were a big deal. There was always the cassette tapes, and then came the CDs. CDs were so expensive. It was like you get a cassette tape for $5. CD was $25. And then that all changed, going into the 2000s. Everyone was using the downloads, right? No one was into the CDs anymore. That became irrelevant. So were the VHS tapes. Went to the DVDs, and then DVDs went to Blu-ray. Everything was Blu-ray, and now they're still around. They're still around. There's still game systems that still use the CDs. They're still around, but they are slowly being, like most video games, for instance, or shows. It only comes by being hooked up to Wi-Fi now. I remember the first time that I was introduced to Steam. I went and bought a game at a store. I think this is when Civilization 5 came out. So this had to have been 2005, around there. Civilization 5 came out. That was my very first Steam game. I'm like, what is this? It requires a code. I have to go to this thing and put the code in. And that Civilization 5 was my very first Steam game. And that was a fun game. That was a real fun game. I was recently having some fun with Crusader Kings, the last one. I think it's 3 or 2. Is that what I was playing? You can be any part of the world and you raise up your kingdom. Is that what Crusader? Yeah, Crusader Kings. That's a lot of fun. I got some of the DLC for that. I was playing. I started out in Cornwall, and I decided to see how long I could play without going to war. And that lasted probably maybe 100 years. I had several generations later, the English overthrew my country, and I died, and that was the end of the game. I mean, like 4 or 5 hours later, I'm like, oh well, time to move on. I mean, I like those strategy types of games. Those are a lot of fun. See, where am I at here? Where are we doing, son? What are we doing here? It's just like a big blob in the background now. We want that special light. We had some tornadoes come through here yesterday. They were all around. My wife was saying to watch out the window. I didn't see any, but there was a lot of. I see a lot of broken. Tree limbs. Right. Let me show you right here. You see, there's a huge pile of them in front of this tree here. There's a lot of them laying around here, more than normal here. A lot of So there must have been some heavy winds. We had lots of storms and rain yesterday that came through here. Let me see if I can get the sun back there. There it is, right there. Got to get that sweet spot of the sun, right angle. Well, there it is, right there. Stay right there, sun. We want you right there, so I can have the power of the Bard here. The Bard has the power of the light coming forth through you, through all of the Wi-Fi signals. All right, where are we at here? You are French, Celt. Yeah, and me too. That is where my surname comes from. My surname comes from northern France. I was able to trace back my ancestry back there. I got 6% of my DNA comes from where my surname comes, and then the rest of it's all over the UK. It's too bad what's happening to Ireland, for that matter. It's too bad what's happening in France. What's going on? I don't watch the news. Is this something terrible happening over there? I don't really keep track of the news. So you'll have to educate me about what's going on in France and in Ireland. There's always stuff going on. I mean, every time I turn my computer on, something's getting blown up here. Or, I was talking about that with a friend today. I was talking to my druid friend from Scotland, and he was telling me how safe it is where he is. He says no one is allowed to own weapons, and it's relatively safe where he is up there in Scotland. Uh, they're not even allowed to bow hunt. You have to have a rifle and for your hunting, and you have to go through all. And even some police don't have weapons; they just carry tasers or the pepper spray. I thought, so where I live, everyone. Oh shit! Sorry about that. Where I live, everyone has weapons. I have a weapon next to me because it's very dangerous out here where I am. Um, I'm, and I keep it locked up under a digital safe. I mean, it's I have no safety. Guns have been around forever, um, around this area. I couldn't imagine without them. But there is that problem that we have here with a lot of people shooting things up. I mean, that's always been a problem here. How do I find salvation? You see this tree here? You, right here, right here. Give a tree a good embrace, and it will give you that salvation, that anchor that you need is right here. Find a tree, and you will find salvation, my friend. It's all there. Everything that you need for salvation is in a tree. Without trees, you wouldn't be here. Without trees, you would cease to be here. You cut down all the trees, watch what will happen. It will be a terrible world in which you will live. Once all the trees gone, that's it. You're done. So salvation is in trees. Plant trees. Um, the last tree I planted out here, unfortunately, is not doing well. I just went by it. Its leaves are brown. I mean, I'm like, oh shit. Well, I tried. It lasted a few months. It lasted a few months. It even got dug up by an animal one time, and I had to replant it. Hopefully, it'll come back. I mean, we've had some really shitty weather where it couldn't really flourish in, but it can always come back, right? Because you got those roots. Once those roots are down, I mean, it's always possible for the life to return. Oh, let's see here. Prostate exam. Good to see you. The old barred owl looks like he's lost weight. Well, not really. I haven't lost in. I've pretty much stayed around 210. I lost a lot of weight since October. I lost like 35 pounds. Hopefully, I'll keep losing more. Marijuana has helped me to lose all that weight because I quit drinking. For some reason, when I do drink, even on occasion, like for um, events, like my wife's birthday was the week before, and I had a couple of beverages. It does something to my metabolism. It slows it down. So I try not to drink at all anymore. Marijuana has been a big help for me for my sleeping and my pain, and also for weight loss. You would think that I do get the munchies. I'm like, where's that bag of chips? Even though I get the munchies, I'm still losing weight. So I've been staying around 210 is where I'm at, and I'm very happy with myself. And I feel better about myself. I felt happy when I had all the weight too, but I feel a little bit more healthier. I feel like I have more energy, that I don't have to hit my inhaler as much. So I think this is, when you're old, your metabolism goes down, and your body isn't like when you are 20 years old. And I'm very happy with myself. I am loved, and I know that um, if I want to, if even if all the weight returns, I'll still be happy with myself. I might not be as healthy, but I will certainly be happy with myself. Um, touching grass and eating healthy. There you go. All right, no. See, these darn ED phone salesmen. Like, we want to make your wiener large. Buy our pills. No. You see what happens when you're after you turn in, when you start to hit 40. You get all these ads for about your penis all the time. I'm like, I get bombarded with them. I mean, every time I turn on the radio, I'm like, I ask my wife, "Are you complaining about my wiener or something somewhere?" I'm getting all of these ads all the time about making my penis gigantic and what super hard, rock hard wieners. I get those emails all the time. Um, we want to make your wiener hard again. My wiener's fine. Would you leave me alone? Why are you bothering me about my wiener all the time? And my AI, see, just talking about it now. When I get home, there's going to be commercials on about making my penis hard. I'm like, why are you doing this to me? I'm not going to buy your stuff. I mean, the weirdest thing here in Florida is that we have this, what is called the Envy Clinic. This is not, I'm not jesting. There's a place, they said, no, no medicines, everything's natural. We will make it hard again. These are the commercials that they're playing, that they'll have. Now imagine going into this place. They say it is all natural, that they're going to do a miracle on your limp penis, right? What are you doing in this place? You're going in this place. What's going on there? Use your imagination, right? Now I'm thinking that I'm going into like a stripper club or something. You know, what kind of miracles are they going to do to my wiener? Am I going to put it up on the table? Do they have some kind of secret sauce that they spray on it or something? I can only imagine what kind of technology that they're going to be using. Shoot it with lasers. I can only imagine. They got a bunch of naked people in the room. We're going to make it hard today. Watch our magic. Maybe do a little Wicca on it. Maybe get out a cauldron or something. I don't know. But it's written. I'm not jesting. There's a place called the Envy Clinic, and they said they want to make. If you have a limp penis, come to Florida. They will work miracles on your wiener. They promise as much. I I'm not. I don't go to them, but I am curious. I would like to make an appointment to see what goes on in there. What kind of magic they're going to do to my wiener when I go in there. You know, you can only. I'm just. They just make your wheels turn in terms of your imagination. What are they doing to wieners in there? Where they say we're not using any menacing, everything is natural. They say. I think we lost the sun there. We just got a little bit of sun, just a tad there, right there. Uh, do they have envy clinics where you are? I mean, but I think because one of the problems is, it's on Tuesday nights, right? Is it Tuesday night? Yes, it is, right? Uh, we had a jest a while back about I was really high and we started doing ED Tuesday nights where I pretended like I was a counselor for people with erectile dysfunction. So people were coming on Tuesday telling us about their limp wieners and everything. And I was trying to have hope in your wiener. One day it'll be hard again. Don't give up hope. Kind of a mockery of like a therapy session, right? But ever since then, I'm getting all of these damn phone calls about people who want to get down my pants and like touch it like it's ET. Ouch. Elliot, let me see it, Elliot. Put it up on here. I'll give you some Reese's Pieces and we'll make some magic in your pants before the alien spaceship comes and takes this ET phone home again, right? So that's what I'm dealing with these damn phone calls all the time. And you hear them every time. I get several calls every day. I'm getting a call about my wiener, and I don't know why. Do you get phone calls about your wiener? I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. Tiny bit that goes everywhere on every air. Black Loki, good to see you. Are you okay, Bard? You look sleepy. Something different? I am great. I'm at peace. I was out here meditating in my grove. I feel it's been a really good day. We had our show this morning. Uh, Played a little bit of video games, and then called my druid friend from Scotland, and we had a wonderful conversation about life and druidry. It was really good. And now I decided to come out to my grove, do a little meditate, make a video for. I'll have a video later about tree hugging, my take on tree hugging, my way of understanding it. It's going to be called The Art of Tree Hugging. That will come out tonight if all the technology is right. I'm going to release that tonight, so I'll put it up on Discord. Become a Discord member if you're not a Discord member. We have a wonderful community with all kinds of things that people are talking about on there. You know, people from many different backgrounds, and we're all in the same place, having a good time. We even play D&D together. If you like D&D, there's someone else. I usually host a game, a weekly game. We had our friend Gwendolyn she hosted a one shot. I don't know who she got. Some of the people in our community. I wasn't aware of the details. I just remember her saying she was looking for people to play a game. We do all kinds of fun stuff on there, and we all have different beliefs, and we all get along, under the banner of spiritual entertainment. So if you're looking for a place where you can express your ideas without, I mean, if they're bad ideas, people have a responsibility to say that's a bad idea, but they do it respectfully, right? Because we don't all agree. All these people that watch me every day, they don't agree with everything I say, right? But we have a like-minded courtesy that we show one another. So if you are here, go up and touch the finger up there. You see it? That thumb on your phone, or double tap the screen. You doop, and that will cause it to do the like button, or there's a three finger thing over there, the Holy Trinity in the corner. You can go over there, touch that, and like and subscribe. I do this every day. I am here. Not always in the evening. Sometimes in the evening I will do this. But I do interviews and my other shows in the evening here. Most every morning I am here, though. It's usually 7 a.m. unless I'm taking the kids to school. I'll be here 7 a.m. tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time. Thursday, I got to take my wife's to get her oil changed in the morning. And then I'll come back and do a show. But I'm here every day for your spiritual entertainment privilege. We talk about druidry, and I share my comedy, of course, my satire, and my life experiences and things. So a lot of people got a kick out of the other day. I shared my story about someone slipping Viagra into my drink and having to go to a hospital for having a super hard penis all day. That was a fun story. So we do a little comedy here. You miss Kmart too? You remember Kmart? Is that Latasha? I also remember Sears and the catalog. You remember those good old days, right? All that fun stuff you can order in the mail from Sears, right? I mean, they had everything in there. They had their own like pornography section. You go to the women's underpants. It's all there, half-naked women. That's before there was Victoria's Secret took over. I mean, they had everything in there. Anything you could think of, toys, all kinds of stuff in there. And we don't have it anymore. It's a relic of the past, right? You might find one at a garage sale. If you do buy it, it's a thing of history. My grandmother's probably got several stacks of them. I mean, she was a former librarian, so the house is mostly a library, from what I remember, of all kinds of old books. Um, let's see. You saw the symbol of the triquetra in the sky when you did LSD one night. The stars moved and formed the shape. You wonder why you decided to show me that. Why did you decide to show that to yourself? Is the other answer. Sometimes we manifest what's within us in our mind's eye when we are under the influence of such substances. You ever notice that people who've done psychedelics, how you are focusing, sometimes that's what you see. If you are into seeing the lines connecting, if you put that image in your mind, you will see it. Maybe that symbol is universal, right? Like the triskelion, right? maybe some of our ancestors, they started seeing that when they were high too. Maybe it's like a universal reality that's deeply internal to the human psyche. So maybe there's no reason for it. Maybe you're just seeing what's within yourself. You're seeing these symbols that exist within the human consciousness, right? Um, do you totally go on the war path if someone stole your birds? Oh man, I hope no one does that. I love birds. Yeah, Kmart. You're probably too young to remember Kmart. It was you get made fun of if you shop there for your clothes when you were a kid. Unfortunately, that's all I could have. Say hello, hello. You are a beetle. Ask your deity. All right, Bob. What does the chicken ritual seem popular, and what does it do? I don't know. These people and their weird rituals, right? They think it somehow gives you power. They want blood. There's the idea of sacrifice for a lot of religions and spiritualities is tisk for tat, right? You give and you get something. It's a transactional form of bullshit. Is how I see it. I could be wrong. Maybe it does a lot for you, but the idea of sacrifice is pretty old, right? The Aztecs were really into it, keeping their power base, keeping their gods happy, chopping off, murdering animals has always been the things that gods liked. Yes, go chop up your chickens for me. There was more of a humane doing it and more institutionalized religions where the idea of the sacrifice, like we have a Norse pagan friend on here, Ulf. I don't know if he's on right now, but he told me the sacrifice was a communion meal with the god and with the people. Yeah, so there's different ways of looking at it. So the senseless violence is somehow appeases the devils or something. That's all I could make of it. But yeah, they went out and stole all of my neighbor's chickens, right, and did their Satanism. Yeah, I don't know what they drinking the blood. I don't know. Probably many of them after they're drinking the blood out of the cup of the chicken heads. Now they all have diarrhea and other horrible diseases. Um, it seems to be windy all over the continent today. Yeah, all coming down from up in Montreal there, down from Icewind Dale, down here into the lower parts of the Faroonian continent. Yeah, we're experiencing it. Smoke a blunt? Gee, well, Seth, if I had a reefer, I certainly would have no problem smoking it at all. Now, I don't know if I don't have a problem eating a gummy, uh, but maybe that would, I don't know if I would do it live. Lewis does it on here all the time. If you see Lewis when we're doing our D&D game, he always got a giant reefer in his mouth. He's like the Bob Marley. He's always got a joint in his mouth when we're doing our show. Used to have a chicken farm, Highestown, New Jersey, across the street from the Silver Decoy Winery. No one messed with your chickens. Yeah, the Satan worshippers there, they knew better, right? Don't mess with the reverend's chickens, or else he'll come out and kick your ass. He's no ordinary reverend here. He knows the ways of the armpit of New Jersey. And some of his friends are vampires. Yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day to you. I can't even see your name. My glasses are bad today. You got a spliff? Wonderful, Bob. They should make us speak Irish as a curse. Yeah, Fiona might come up. Fiona was on this morning. She is our official Irish lady. That is a farming Fiona. She is also pretends to be a witch sometimes and does hexes on people. Gather around the cauldron, friends. It is Gwendolyn. the high priestess of the orchard. Good to see you, our good friend here. School's out for the day, and Gwendolyn can play, teaching the children the science. Good to have you here. Glad that there are still teachers out there that want to educate people. It's really hard being a teacher. It's really, really difficult because a lot of the children, they are more wild than they ever were. I was a difficult student to have. I could uh, wallpaper my room with disciplinary paperwork. I drove my mother mad. Sorry, mom. She watches. Sorry for driving you mad. I was just trying to find myself. I was trying to find meaning. And I did it by acting out, trying to get attention, trying to be noticed. And I know now that that wasn't the best path, but that was the only path that I had before me. Trying to, be this wild kid. I would jump out of the class window and everything. Fire alarms, no problem. Yeah, we had this one friend of mine. She would pull the fire alarm every day at the school, so much so that the police came in and she had to stop because they put like clay so you could get the like you'd be dumb enough to put your fingerprints into the clay and pull the fire alarm. I mean, they were trying all different ways to catch her, pulling these fire alarms all the time. Good old days of school, causing trouble. Yeah. But I'm sorry for the children that are causing you, some of our teachers here, trouble. A lot of them are just trying, and I can't speak for everyone. But for me, being the nuisance in your class, I was waiting for that teacher to to encourage me, to inspire me. And I had this one guy. His name was Mr. Hunt. His name wasn't Mike Hunt. It was just Mr. Hunt. And he was a great teacher because this was when I was like at the depths of my, trouble in my life. I just, I entered into probation. I was on probation for, criminal activity as a juvenile. I was in and out of juvenile detention center. And I had this teacher that he didn't see me that way. He saw me as someone that is very skillful. And he encouraged me where I was able to be like the best student in the class. Other classes I didn't give a shit about doing well in it, but I wanted to show him that how well I could do. And he had brought that out of me. And very, very grateful for that person. That was a good memory. Most of the other teachers were just assholes, but he believed in me, and that allowed me to be excel and to do. I did better than the nerds in the class, the smart kids, because of this one teacher that was able to look past my bullshit and say, look, I believe you can do this, and I did it. Um, let's see here. And he never took any of my shit too. He sent me to the office many times, in the past. But he saw something, and when you could see that in a student, you could change their life. You can change the direction. Because most teachers, when you're a nuisance to the teacher, they just want you to get the fuck out of the class. They don't care, right? But this particular teacher, I mean, he saw beyond that. He saw beyond that. And he's dead now. I tried to look him up as I grew up, and I wanted to go back and thank him, but he had died. So if you're in the spirit realm, thank you, Mr. Hunt, for all of your belief in me as a person that helped me to do well in life. Blunt and spliff with bongs. Ooh, let's see. It's St. Patrick's Day for you, so a lot of Irish people don't like you calling him Patty, by the way. They don't like that. That pisses them off. It's not Patty, damn it, it's Patrick. Some do. I don't care. But you're rolling green rolling papers for today, right? For you. I hear, but I need your nicotine. You're on the nicotine, yeah. St. Patrick was a church. See, there you are. Yeah, we call it Irish Cultural Heritage Day on here because we know the evils of St. Patrick, the propaganda machine for the Roman Catholic Church. Let's see here. I put the GABA in the bowl. Oh, you're rolling up a bowl here. Put on your hood, brother. You want me to put my hood on? You want me to? Yeah. Sometimes I have it on because it's cold, right? It's cold. Um, so there's the hood for you. I have on the hood just for your requirement there of spiritual entertainment. Got this damn glare on my glasses. I wish I didn't need the glasses, but after I turned 40, I started losing my vision. And it's been going downhill since. These are 175s, and I needed 200. I don't want to go. I think once you start wearing them, I mean, these are Rita's glasses, but I wear them like normal glasses. I wear them all the time. I'm just conditioned to using them. Um, oh shit, you're a crazy bard. Of course I am. Is there any other way to be? I mean, I'm an entertainer. I have to get into the crazy, into the wild, right? You want me to get a job? Are you hiring? You know how difficult it is? This is my job, by the way. I work 40 hours a week doing this. Um, it is difficult for, like I told my children, my son, he has a car. I give him like $30 a week. That's it for gas. That's how much it would cost me to drive his ass back and forth to school. What he does for a job is he goes and he donates his plasma. That that's how he gets his gas money and beer money. I don't know whatever he's into. That's how that's what he does with that. It's hard for he's tried to get a job all around here where I live. It's difficult. When I was younger, excuse me, I had no problem getting a job. I mean, I worked at all kinds of fast food places. You got to have like a college education now to work at McDonald's. I mean, it's really the jobs are they want you to they want you to apply online. So you apply online, and there's so much competition out there with paperwork. Yeah, I want all of my children to get damn jobs, but they keep trying, they keep applying, and all of the fast food places they're not interested. I mean, it used to be so easy to get a job when I was younger. Now there's a lot of difficulties with that here, at least where I am in Florida. A lot. Um, I mean, my oldest son, he works for the college. I mean, that doesn't really count. I mean, that's part of his. He's on some doing some type of research, and I think he's about to graduate, and then he's getting married in September. He plans on getting married, and then he's working on some research or something. I don't know if he's going into his master's program. I'm not sure what he's doing. Um, grabbing your bong. Okay. See here. Well, here it means a loser, essentially. The chud. Yeah. I take my syrup. Calm down now. I will sip you a gallon or two. You're into the syrup, like our friend here, Yo Maple, rides around on his moose, drinking gallons and gallons of the maple syrup here. I might have to put my hood back on. That northern wind is really kicking my ass. I mean, it was like 65 when I came out here, and that when that wind hits you, it's 55 degrees. I mean, it's really really cold. It's going to be down in the 40s tonight. Furry Fatal, our good friend, rolling up in his giant hamster ball, not ashamed to wear animal trappings in public. Our friend Furry Fatal, good to see you. Good to have you here. Fellow hamster, hope you are having a good afternoon. Yeah, I am also a hamster. I am a miniature giant space hamster trapped in a human body. Uh, Terrible, terrible accident happened when I was with my good friend. His name was Minsk. We ran into some wizards, and now I'm here on Earth in a human body. One day I hope to return back to Faerun. and reunite with my traveling companion Minsk. That Suns is beautiful, right? Now, let's put you over here, son. You're stealing all the show with all of your beauty, all the rays coming down here. Some of you were on earlier. We had a little St. Patrick's uh, hat, a little green leprechaun hat, to honor the greenness of the day. That was fun. Let's see here. You're still going off drinking and cocaine binge since last night. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. You need to get some help. Yeah, that's terrible, right? Uh, been sleeping and said I'm super depressed and effed up. Yeah, well, you wonder why. You have the substance abuse problem. Those things they aren't going to make you not depressed. If you have a substance abuse problem, depression is going to be the only thing that's going to be there to tell you my daughters. They should know that I'm in my grove. Of course, they're like, can we eat the pizza rolls? Is what she's going with it. I'm like, when your mother gets home, they're always hungry. They're always eating my food, all of it. Every time I get groceries, they're gone in a few days. And when you have too many children, they just want to eat everything. They'll start eating the walls like the rabbits. My rabbits are eating holes in my walls. It's never enough for them. Micro Center is a computer specialty store. A huge one still exists, but there are only a few in the U.S. Micro Center. Yeah, that's probably one I forgot about. Um, there used to be a computer. My mother, she had a travel agency. She ran a travel agency, and just down a couple stores, she was in one of those shopping centers. They had the computer store. That's where I would go and get the games and stuff. I forgot the name of it. That was a long, long time ago. Uh, but that good times, good times. The 80s, there was nothing like it, right? There's nothing like it. Um, Grabbing the bong, okay. You haven't been eating, you need a steak, mashed potatoes, and green beans, and lobsters and mussels. Now, look, there's too much food for me. Too much food for me. Let's see, should not be Shelley's. Imagine, he said, Bristol? What is that? Computers, networking, 3D printing, video games, um, all of that fun stuff. The Keystone, some special cable. Micro Center has it. Well, we had, when I'm thinking Micro Center, there was another store like it, Radio Shack. That used to be a very popular place here in the United States. The Radio Shack had all the cool uh, gadgets and things, and computers and games as well. Radio Shack was really a big deal at one time here in the 80s. It was a lot of fun. The Radio Shack, some of you probably remember. I don't know if they're still around. I haven't seen one. Does anyone know if they're still around, the Radio Shack? That used to be a big deal back in the 80s. Let's see here. That would be lethal. You think so? It puts you on your chest. Apparently, it takes you from. It puts hair on your chest. Oh man, don't need any of that. I don't want to look like David Hasselhoff. Blessings of hope, Sammy. I hope you feel better soon. Yeah, sorry that you're not feeling well, Sammy. CD Club, you got it for 10 cents. Look at that. Remember that in the magazine? Join the CD Club. They'll send you one in the mail. It's only 10 cents. Like one of the first pyramid scams. Something like that, Bob. Radio Shack, yeah. That's it, Reverend Huey, yeah. The game is fine. Own digital copies, streaming convenient until you realize you own nothing. Yeah. Bard plays Civ. I used to. I have like maybe a couple thousand hours on Civilization 5 is the best one. I have a few of the other ones, but 5 was like, I had a friend of mine. His name was on Steam. His name was Robert de Bruce. It was a Steam friend. He had less. Now I haven't played with him in like maybe 4 or 5 years. And he had 10,000 hours on Civilization 5. We used to play the One City Challenge. OCC is what it was called, where you just have one city and you battle the others. And he was like one of the masters of the OC. He would always be playing all of the time. No other video games. He only had Civ 5, and that's all he would play. Uh, it was a lot of fun, that game. But yeah, I like those type of strategy games. Those are really fun. The High Mage is here. Let us not forget God is here as well. Yeah, Loki is here. You remember buying Skyrim on day one, and the disc was just a Steam code. Yeah, you remember that, right? You remember that? Um, let's see, all these wonderful people here. Armadeer, good to have you here. This time we had so much fun. That was at dinner. Oh man. Media play was your favorite records, books, CDs, and games, or their eyes. Yeah, there was a very popular thing at the mall that you'd have. Every mall had one where all of the records, all of the tapes, everything. It was that was a lot of fun. Every mall had one. I forgot what it was called. Um, yeah, malls aren't what they used to be. Malls would be like the place you'd hang out and pick up girls and stuff or boys. Yeah, malls aren't that way today. My kids are not interested in going to a mall. But back when that was the place to be. You'd go there, hang out there every Saturday until you'd find a date. Civ Revolution PvP, you played the crap out of that. 300s, and you're on your 360. You're doing another Civ 6 playthrough right now. Yeah. Casually shoves a DVD in the whistles, and while burning the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Oh, that was remember Skate or Die? That was like the first skateboard video game. That was back in the 1987 or 88, around there. Skate or Die. And let's see here. Yes, my dear Padawan, me Lord Pepe wants to extend salutations to Lord Vixus. Oh, wonderful. Glad you are doing that. Back in the day, we had to install games. Oh, yeah. Remember the good old days, waiting for them to install. Please send love and good energy my way. My mental health is effed up. Love you guys. Yeah, we certainly will, my friend. Everyone struggles. Everyone struggles, and it's just a struggle. I was before when I was meditating out here earlier before I started doing all this. Sometimes I feel like I'm a ship being tossed around in the sea, but I have an anchor. The anchor is all that's keeping me where I should be, even though all of this shit is happening right in my life. Sometimes all of these things happen to us. I have an anchor. The anchor is helpful to keep me rooted, to help me to know that everything's going to be okay, that I will get through this storm. I will get through this experience. I mean, I wish the anchor could be a lot more. My anchor for me is, the words of my deity, hearing them many, many years ago. That has been the anchor. Doesn't help take away the pain, doesn't help take away, but it's there to say everything's going to be okay. So I want to give you that anchor. Everything's going to be okay. You're going to get through it. Bard, are you English? Of course. We're all of us have a little English here in the United States, right? It sometimes took days, though. Yeah. You're in our hearts, Sammy. Yeah. Big winds and storms yesterday as well, over and over. Yeah, it was something, right? Bradley Bear? Yeah, glad to have you here. The dial-up times. Oh, those were fun. The line to your phone jack, running around the house, stretching it out of the wall, having tripping over it and shit, and having the battery go out of your portable phone. That it's always put it on the base. Yeah, I used to piss off my parents by charging their phone up really, really high. And I'd go out and have where there's another line out. You know where it directly connects? They would take away the phone or something. I don't know what they did. They made it impossible for me to use the phone in the house. So I got another phone from the neighbor, and I'd go out and I'd unplug the phone thing outside and I'd plug mine in. And so my mom was like, "Why isn't the phone working?" It's because I'm outside using it. That's why, Mom. Remember when the phone didn't work? I was outside using it from the outside. See, yeah. She's like, how do they do all of this creativity? Rodzilla is here. Good to see you. You have missed me? Yes. Rodzilla, it's always nice to see you when you come on. Bless your heart, brother. Let's see here. You look amazing, Father. You look so well. It's the sun. It's the light. It is the light of the sun. It is there to bring all of this joy with its beautiful, beautiful rays coming out of it. It's a wonderful experience. Where am I at here? Oh, wow. I'm at the time where I need to depart. We're having such a good time here. Let's see how far back. I'm pretty far behind in the comments. Look at that. I'm about 5 pages back. So I see Sir Flame Drop is here. If I did not greet you, I apologize because I know I'm way, way behind in the chat, and I got to start wrapping it up here for the journey out. We will walk out to. Damn, I am very far behind. We usually don't get this much build up on an evening stream, but Swiftwind Aquarius is here, and Down Under Debbie is here. Down Under Deb Richardson. Your dad would tell you when you were young, eat your crust of your bread. It put hairs on your chest. Oh man, did it work? Oh, let's see here. The dude be chilling, so happy. Yeah, we are chilling here. All of these wonderful people here. Wow, I am too far behind. I'm keep scrolling through here just to say hello to you, and then we'll start walking out here. All right, there it is. I see Deb is on the bottom. Down Under Debbie on the bottom of below the equator, on the southern side of the Australia. All right, let me turn this around here. I'm going to get packed up, and we'll begin our journey out. I got to head back. Wife said, you got to be back here at 7. So let me get this where it should be there. You can look at the tree over there. Well, I pack up my things here and prepare for the journey out of my grove into back home. She wants me to home because I go to bed early, so I'm not able to stay up. And she wants to finish watching the program that I was telling you about the 80s nostalgia, the show called Hysteria. Very funny comedy, a horror comedy. It's really good right now, and I'm looking forward to getting back into it. Lots of nostalgia from the 80s in it. Lots of they're making fun of Christians at the Christian church at that time in the 80s. Everything was a devil everywhere. So that's what's in it. That what I find quite humorous is the depiction of the Christian church during the 1980s. They make fun of it perfectly, showing how crazy they were. I mean, I just started laughing hilariously when they said that the Thundercats cartoon was an introduction to bestiality, and I'm like, yeah, that's right. That's what they were saying back then. He-Man was the devil. Thundercats were an introduction to bestiality. I mean, it was really ridiculous. The satanic panic was everywhere. Everything had a devil, especially Dungeons and Dragons. That really set them off. That was my childhood. Thankfully, my mother was not a Christian. She would go to church with Grandma, but she wasn't into all of that nonsense. See here. Oh, almost packed up here. Getting everything zipped up. And then we will begin our journey out. You had me all caught up in the conversation here. All caught up in the conversation here. So I'm falling behind here. But now it is time to work our way out of this wonderful grove that we are in. All right, I got my drink. Now I got to put my backpack on here. And then we'll head out of this beautiful, beautiful grove. Oh, man. No animals tonight. I was hoping to see. I always bring nuts and things for them. They haven't been showing up. I was hoping that we get to see our dear friend again. All right, here we go. Off in the wilderness here. Let's see here. Very single one. You've been to does lessons. Same for me, Bard. I could stand all the Christian bullshit. I'm so glad I found my way out. Every single great mind was definitely neurodivergent. You think so? All right. Here we are, walking in the light. See, the light wants to say goodbye. Say goodbye, light. Say goodbye to everyone. There we are. Yeah, when I get home, I will be fixing that video up. So keep your eyes out tonight. In a couple hours from now. My videos are always short. This one's probably about maybe 3 or 4 minutes long. And it's going to be about tree hugging. Oh man, look what some creature did to this this is next to this tree that I have here, the Awen tree as I call it. This was the tree that I had a vision about that led me here. Look what the animals did. They dug up all kinds of this, looking for the last acorns here. All these holes here, these wild ass boars. Oh man, always digging up my grove. They're such a nuisance, the boars. You let them in their yards, they'll just tear it up. All right. And you hear our crow friend in the background there. Yes, we hear you, Morphin. Yes, yes. He's like bitching at me. Why are you leaving so early? We want more nuts. Give us more nuts. I'm trying. I don't have a lot of money. I can't afford nuts for all the damn birds and animals out here. It's not my fault. Oh, look at this perfect. This has got, see, look at that. Do you think this is natural or man-made? What do you think? You think that is natural or man-made? Yeah. Fare thee well, soul, into the past. All right, Bob, take care of yourself. And Bruce, don't eat the nuts. Yeah. Look at that. Do you see that? Look at these trees here. Someone must have planted these maybe, what do you think? 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 100 years ago? What do you think? Some of these have been here a long time. But look at that. They're all in perfect rows. Is this a natural phenomena, do you think? Look at all that. Yeah, Patrick Stay. Yeah. Barred corns, is that what you call them? They space beautifully, yeah. Isn't that something? Yeah. You just want to know to make of that the fact that I may have been a druid in a past life. Well, maybe see, the idea of, there's the historical druid, and then there's the idea that we're all druids. I am of the belief that we are all druids. There's the historical druid, and then there's the archetype druid that is present in all of us, I think. Yeah, I don't, like, we're all bards, we're all druids, but there's tradition of druidry. There's tradition of bards. But these things, I think, are very universal to all of us. You take seriously to some serious druidry to make those trees straight. You think so? Look at that. Look at all these beautiful trees here. It's just, I find it interesting. Because this was, it's in the middle of a swamp. It amazes me seeing this. Why just this spot gets all of these trees that are evenly spaced apart? Why did they choose this area? What was going on that they felt the need to do that? I don't know. I mean, how old do you think that is? This tree right here. I mean, it's got I assume maybe 100 years. I don't know. Here's some more of that damage from the storm. Look at all these pieces. It's like the tree is diseased, losing all these. They're all over the place here. It's a big mess. All of these tree. I don't think a hurricane or a tornado came through here. Thank you, Bard. I love learning about druidry. Yeah, I do too. I'm not a bard. I'm a dungeon master. Yeah, I'm both in D&D. I'm a bard and a dungeon master. But the bard is really the one that uses their voice to bring you into the mystery of the ancestors, the mystery of the divine, the mystery of spirituality. There's different ways of presenting it. To all beautiful women out there, Goddess bless you. Well, we can. Why just the women? All right, well, going out here, taking the traditional route out of the grove here, in the beautiful extended sunlight. Where did it go? Starting to hide behind the trees now. Beautiful, beautiful day. The weather was perfect. Now we are making our way out. Maybe we'll get a little bit of the sun going. It's not perfectly down. It's got another hour before it goes down, but you can see it just touching the horizon here. Oh, wow. I'm going to go by it. You can see in the light now, you can see my whole, if you haven't seen it before, here's my spring. I'll show it to you in a moment here. Here is the spring for your spiritual entertainment. Not very big. Oh, the gator just went in. He was out there. See where the water has been disturbed. I was hoping to get him on the gator on live, but not today. Sometimes he'll fall asleep in the sunlight, and that's the time to get him. Oh, let's see. The symbol of the triqueta connected to druids. Well, depends on who's using it, right? Now, what we know of druids, they all got wiped out. The historical druid, but the symbol is universal. I mean, you don't even have to. Some people see that symbol, and it's not even connected to anything Celtic. You can find different manifestations of it. May all bard be abundant. If you smack your staff on the ground, that the snakes will vanish. Oh no, I don't want the snakes to vanish. I just don't want them to bite me. There's lots of snakes out here in the swamp of Florida here, where I am traversing right now. Lots and lots of snakes out here, but they're nice and hidden from me right now because it is chilly. It is chilly. But I expect to see some in the summertime again out here. Oh man. Parting is such sweet sorrow. I don't like leaving the grove. Just stay out here all day and enjoy it. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. But here we go. We are on the way. Look at this tree. It's really green now. Look at that thing. Look how green it is. Look at that tree. Very, very green. Spring is here. This is like greener than the rest of them. Look how green that is. Oh my. Look at that thing. You don't know any books about some people so vibrant, right? The Elf Stone of Shannara. That was a good show on MTV, wasn't it? That is really green. Wow, look at that thing. Such a bright green. I wonder what kind of tree this is. This is not an oak tree. I don't think, let me see here. Yeah, this is not an oak tree. These leaves are different. Or at least it's not a laurel oak tree. Does anyone know what kind of tree this is? It's not. See, this is an laurel oak tree right here. That is an oak tree. This, I don't know what the hell that is. See the difference? These are laurel oak leaves right here. This is the laurel oak leaf. I don't know what kind of tree this is. This has got a different type of leaf. So I don't know what that is. Something to Google. Looks wonderful, yeah, it does. Yeah, here we go, making our way out. Here's some more of those bugs. Let's take a look at these bugs here. Here it comes. Dee 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 dee. There they are. Look at them. Look at those bugs. Ah, humans. Look at that. Those creatures. The spring bugs. There's some more. Look at all those little things here. We are bugs. We are bugs. There you are. All of your bugs. You're hungry now? You like to eat bugs? He is a bug eater. Some people enjoy like chocolate ants and stuff like that, or I've seen like people make ant burritos. Grasshoppers. I'm not a fan of eating bugs. I don't think I've ever eaten a bug before on purpose. Oh man, I remember when I was younger, my little brother, we were out fishing somewhere, and there was a caterpillar on he was probably about 2 years old or 3. He took it and just ate it right off of the leaf. He probably doesn't remember that, but it was quite bizarre for him to do that. Oh, look at these beautiful trees here. You see all the grass there is turning green. It's coming back to life. The green is coming back. Spring is here. Spring is here. Yes, I hear you, Morfred. We are leaving now. You're going to have to find your own nuts. He's always complaining every time I come into the grove. He needed a snack. Oh man, look at that. That's a nice little pine tree there. There's some more of those green trees. The green is returning. You get the contrast of both. If you drink coffee or use sugar, then you're already eating bugs. So yeah, I guess technically you're right. Right? And if you're eating like processed meats, you're eating rat hairs. Because there's only the federal department of whatever has like these rules for how many rat hairs or rat droppings can be found in your food. It's pretty disgusting, right? But they get in there. They get in there, the bugs and the rats. They always are in our food. Oh, let's see here. Laughing your ass off, yeah. The last druid who got caught on record was in the 1800s in some swamp in Ireland. Well, the last druids were wiped out by the Romans, really. That guy that was on like that TV, in the 80s, I was the last druid, he's living a little fantasy world. The druids were wiped out, and what took their place was the bards. They were the ones that continued. They took on the role of the druids. They became like the priestly people for their communities. And then later on, it became the Christian priests. They were the ones that took over, and the monks and everything. They became that voice in the communities, and the bards became specialized storytellers, poets and things. The poetry schools, I don't know if they're still around in Wales, but the tradition obviously continues there. In Ireland, it disappeared in like the 1600s or something. Yeah, the two different schools of bards, the Irish and the Welsh. Bugs are the least of your worries when it comes to America's food. The arsenic found in common, it doesn't surprise me. All the chemicals that we're eating, right? You can't even. I don't remember the last time I drank out of the faucet. I mean, I don't even drink out of water fountains because you don't know what you're drinking, right? You are all of that poisons and things that are in water. The fluoride. I mean, I always drink like bottled water. I don't drink. Well, I have a water filter at home, and I make coffee and stuff. But you just can't trust what you're drinking or eating. You're right. Unless you're growing it yourself, unless you've dug your own well water. That's yep. Well water. You never know with that as well. You have to get it tested because stuff gets in your well. You have a animal die in your well, then you're screwed because you can get all all that nastiness from a dying animal in your water. You always have to be careful. Oh, let's see here. Grows in the land leaves a lot of residue and everything. Yeah. The well water can change the color of your clothes too. Chemistries, good to see you. Our good friend from the land of Scotland. Good to have you here, our good friend, for your spiritual entertainment in the evening. Working our way out right now of our beautiful, beautiful grove on the way home. I see something crawling in the road ahead. Hopefully it's still there when I walk up. It doesn't fly away or crawl away. Or maybe I'm hallucinating. We'll find out in a minute when I get close. Oh, let's see here. It's probably a bird. Let's see, where are we at here? Mountain Springs, you best bet. Oh, that's wonderful. You've been playing with the idea of building some rain catchers. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good way to water your plants, to have a natural thing around your house that collects all the water. And then you can, water your garden and everything. Oh, there's a beautiful cardinals. There was a group of cardinals that just flew by. Oh, there it is. It's still there. Let's see if I can get you close up to it. Beautiful red bird. I'm going to try to walk up really slowly. It's down there. Oh, I think it just flew away. I'm going to try to get as close as I can to it. Oh, there you are. I don't know if you could see it. Here we are. Hey, birdie, birdie. Oh, please don't run away deeper into the swamp. All right. Sorry about that. I tried to get him on the camera here, but he was too swift. Too swift, too quick was the cardinal. Those are beautiful birds, the cardinals. All birds have their own beauty. But those ones, they catch your eye, they catch your attention, the beauty that they have. Good to see you again as well. I can't even see my glasses are bad here. Trying to read your names. Yeah, that's why I usually I'm at my desk with my computer. I don't have to worry about the size of the names when I'm talking to people. So I apologize if I have not greeted you. Is that Vixen there? The servant of Anubis, good to see you. All these wonderful, nothing wrong with red hair. Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. Oh, let's see here, take a look in there. Soon you won't be able to see this anymore. Everything will be, this will all return. All of that dead grass that you see down there is coming back. It will all return to us soon. I love seeing these little rays of light in the swamp here. Let's see here. wow, it actually can't interpret the word rat. Really? Really? And here's our favorite scene of the day right here. Always good to see horse shit on the way out. Our wonderful horse riding friends leaving their mark. Yeah. Birds are cool. There's a geese couple that lives by where you are. Wonderful. Oh, wonderful. Dorset, good to see you. That is some high quality dung there. Yeah, it's good for throwing. You ever get in a manure fight with other people when you throw piles of shit at each other? That's what a lot of country boys do. I've heard stories about it. The boy goose now has a new gal, though. Oh, how sweet. Georgina, I hope you're doing well. It's nice to see you. Streets were covered in that. Yeah, right? You'd have like the Dung Sweepers Guild of Waterdeep coming out in the streets, shoveling all the fecal matter of the animals out. Oh man, here's some more of those beautiful bugs. Like you could see them there. See, I was just walking by. Like, look at this. Is that some new type of flower? Nope. Yeah, they are. The bugs. You only get to see this once a year. There they are. There you are, bugs. That's a great job. Yeah. Christ's return is not literal. It's Christ's consciousness descending into your minds and hearts. What about the bugs? Do they have it? Can the bugs have the Christ consciousness? Because if bugs can't have it, I'm not interested. Everything needs to have this. All right. Working our way through. We've got about another 15 minutes or less with the Bard here. And then I will return to you tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will return to you. And I will be at my desk for your entertainment in the morning. Nothing more, nothing less. 7 days a week. Maybe the bugs will too. Why not? I think that we're all connected. Every bug, every blade of grass, every grain of sand. That everything has consciousness in its own way, its own unique way. And that's a mystery. How can every little thing have something? I don't know, because it comes from one ultimate thing. Oh, let's see here. There's a park downtown. The locals have a saying that if you step in dog shit, consider yourself lucky, because there's a high chance that it's human shit. Oh, when it comes into the park, oh my goodness. Yeah, that happens. Some of our inner cities, right? I remember when I was in South America, people didn't have like the toilets were optional. So if I had to, take a piss, I could whip it out in the middle of the street. Cars are going down the street, just like pissing off. I remember somebody had taken me out to like some Peruvian restaurant, and I'm looking down in the street there. There's someone has their wiener out right in the middle of daylight, just urinating. I mean, it was like no big deal. People just taking shits and stuff on the side of the road and pissing. Toilets were always optional. I just thought that was fascinating, because here in the United States, everyone needs to drive as fast as they can to the local McDonald's if they are in need, right? Let's see here. The declassified CFA life and death documents say we return to the universal consciousness while retaining all our memories and experiences when we die. Oh, I'd like to see those documents. That sounds interesting. The kingdom of heaven is within. Yeah, we've talked about that. That's a mistranslation. It's in your midst, is what it says. That means it's not only inside of you, it's all around you. It's a little bit more deeper, a little bit more powerful than just within. A better one from the Bible about it being within is, your body is a temple for the Spirit. I think that's a little bit more deeper. Like, look at your temple did right here. Your temple did that. How can all that holy shit come out of you, right? It is holy shit. If your body is a temple, like the Bible says, then shit is holy. It comes out of you. It has a purpose. It brings life through its decomposition into the earth, right? You can grow a really good garden out of your own dung. Some people do that. Like, my tomatoes are the best. It's because you're eating their shit. Not the kind of gardening I'm interested in. I prefer just, regular manure. Some people, there's people who shit in bags for a living. They sell their shit to people. Which I always thought was fascinating. Oh man, look at all this. Working our way out of the swamp here. Having our wonderful conversation. Getting towards the barriers of the swamp. Making my way out. Yeah, one of the things that I was talking to my... Let's see here, let me switch this around. You got some holy water? Oh man. Yeah, with that... I was talking about the idea of consciousness. Where is it? Where does it come from? It is in your head. It is in your... Is it in your toe? Where does it come from? How do we become aware of it, right? And the consciousness of a blade of grass. Where does it consciousness reside? It has to be something that is not just within, but without. If consciousness is a thing, it has to be more than a cerebral. Oh shit! I just walked through a giant ant pile. Damn it! Look at what I did here. I pissed these guys off. They're like, "We're gonna bite the shit out of your foot. You want to try that again, sir? We're gonna kick your ass." You don't mess with them. Thank you, my friend, Falcon. You're pooping shitson. Yeah. I just stepped in that damn ant pile. Good thing I have some my socks on here. If any stragglers get loose, they'll bite the shit out of my feet. These fire ants, they're terrible. Terrible, terrible nuisance. Like, well, you were a nuisance first. You stepped in our damn house. I'm like, well, I didn't see it there. I'm just walking. But you don't want to mess with the fire ants there. Your feet will be itching all week long. It's a terrible, terrible response they give for invaders. Oh man. Almost out here. Almost at the end. We're almost there, my friends. Spiritual entertainment, 7 days a week, 40 hours is what you get from me. I am here every day in one way or another, always preparing content for you. Let's see here. What do we have here? Better than stepping in dog shit. Oh, certainly. Certainly. Yeah. Universal consciousness, collective consciousness, the universe of God. The one thing, I think there's the universal, like you think the cosmos, right? And we know that if the philosophy of consciousness is built, in this reality of the cosmos that has always been here. There's always been energy here. So if the foundation of that energy is consciousness, and it is in all things, and it manifests uniquely and individually. We know that from our human experience. We know that from our animals. But we don't tend to define things beyond that. Like we won't, these trees here, we'll say they're just trees. But they participate in the mystery as well. That's the thing that it's difficult to grasp that, right? Because sometimes we need help. We need an enlightenment. We need someone from a greater being of consciousness to wake us up to see that we're all interconnected, right? The law of the one, Taliesin says, I have been an eagle. I have been a drop in the air. What does that mean? I don't know. It means there's a web of life. There's an interconnectedness of all things. Did you make it? You made it towards the end of our show here, but we always return. Yeah, Unity is a weaver. What is your favorite D&D class? Paladin. A paladin. If I play the next game I will play, I will be a paladin. There's some bunch of bullet shells down here. Someone was doing some hunting. Paladin is my favorite. Then the bard, of course. That is my other. Then after that, cleric. My least favorite is the rogue. I don't enjoy playing the rogue or a fighter. Fighter is boring to me. I've played everything. Warlock's a lot of fun, depending on what your favorite. If you get an archfey or something, that's always fun. Unity made a phone. Oh, good. You got a Thor. You have a phone. Look at that. Unity weaves reality. Yeah, just before I left to come out here, my son was making stuff on Unity. He had like this program that he was making, like a video game or something on. He's like, look at this, Dad. It's a 3D renderer. I'm making something on Unity. I'm like, oh, right, wonderful. A lot of video games are made on Unity, right? I don't know what's popular today. What's the popular video game engines, as they're called? I'm pro BioWare. The BioWare engine. Whatever the hell that was, right? You ever sure conceptualize beyond the intellectual standpoint? You suppose you realize it until you always wanted to be a warrior princess, like Xena. Yeah, Xena was every teenager's fantasy, right, back then. And then you had the other side of it was Hercules with the ladies, just like He-Man and She-Ra all over again. Like you had He-Man and She-Ra when you were a child. You were in your teenage years. It was Xena and Hercules. Who would it be now? I don't watch television anymore. I don't know. Where do you find that power couple? The power fantasy couple. Where would it be now? Anyone got any ideas? It is an awesome view, yes. And soon this will all be green. Let's see here, where are we at? America, good evening. Yeah. One after the lines, yeah. Then boom. You keep, what do you keep pooping? That's good. I'm glad, people watch me to get their bowel movement working. I'm glad that I have saved you a trip to the cabinet to get you out your X-Lax. I provide only the best form of spiritual entertainment. It has healing properties in many different ways. It manifests itself. And this is the way for you, I see. You receive healing out of your backside. And I'm glad I'm able to provide such services for you. Makes me feel like I have a purpose in life when people come on and tell me they're taking a shit. I mean, it could be worse, right? It could be something much more different than that. But that tells me that, to keep going. I'm going to keep making these shows. As long as you're taking a shit, that gives me hope that I have a purpose in this world to cause you to have the bowel movement. And now I have a reason to go on. I thought about ending it all tonight. I'm like, I'm just not going to make it anymore. But when you people tell me you're taking a shit, that says, I have another day. I could do it. There are people out there taking shits, coming onto my show. That just gives me all the reason to go on. Yeah. We are also gay today, yes. Oh, you are Raven? Okay. Jonathan, Miami. And my neighbor here, American maker, it started a trend. It's called the John anymore. It's called Jim. Seems nicer and cleaner. Now you have to go to the bathroom. See that? Look at that. Yes, I'm going to live another day now. Thanks to you. You've given me purpose. You know, you've given me new material to start a new church. The church of the toilet. Yeah. Now, all these wonderful people here, I'm glad that I bring you meaning and purpose in your life. And now I have come to the end of my show. I hope that your bowel movement went well. I will be back on tomorrow morning with you. There's my shadow. You see my shadow is waving to you, saying, we will see you tomorrow, the shadow says. So we know where Peter Pan, we know where your shadow is. It's right down here with me. So we will see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day.